Hey there, rail fans and model railroad enthusiasts. Fran here from the 5-Minute Modeler, and welcome back to the layout. You know, after all the meticulous work bringing the Mackinaw City docks and the iconic Chief Wawatum car ferry to life on the layout, there's only one thing left to do: put them to work. And that's exactly what we're doing today. Get ready for a 2-part operational adventure as we tackle the fascinating process of delivering freight cars from the Petoskey Yard all the way to their loading point on the Chief Wawatum. It's a journey that involves careful choreography and a touch of model railroading magic. Now, in the real world, this kind of operation would likely involve numerous dedicated crew members. A sharp-eyed engineer and brakeman using a yard switcher in Petoskey assembling our train, a trusty engineer, brakeman, and conductor hauling it to Mackinaw City, and a skilled engineer and brakeman at the docks managing the delicate dance of loading and unloading cars from the ship. But today I'll be tackling all 3 roles. Buckle up, it's going to be a busy session. Our journey begins in Petoskey Yard, where the magic of train building unfolds. I love capturing that true-to-life feel and running my trains at scale speeds. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Fran, I don't have that much time. I get it. Sometimes we're all a little short on time. So for this first leg of the journey, I've sped up the footage to double the speed. If that's still a bit leisurely for your taste, feel free to crank up the playback speed in your YouTube settings. Go wild, from normal to 2x, the power is in your hands. Just a heads up though, the second part of this adventure will be presented in real time, so you'll enjoy every moment. All right, let's take a look at our marching orders, the manifest. This crucial document dictates the consist of our train heading north to Mackinaw City. Today's assignment: 6 cars destined for the Chief Wawatum's loading dock. Now a little historical tidbit for you. While my current modeling depicts rail cars being moved directly onto the wharf, my research suggests that in later years with reduced rail traffic, the cars might have been moved straight from the yard to the ship. And sadly, those very tracks to the wharf were eventually removed. But for the sake of this operational scenario, we're going with the Petoskey to Mackinaw City transfer. It allows us to see some great model railroading in action. Interestingly, one of our knowledgeable viewers who actually worked on the Michigan Northern back in the day shared that direct yard-to-ship movements were indeed a reality in the later operational years. It's always fascinating to get those first-hand insights. But for our story today, the route is Petoskey to Mackinaw City. Leading the charge today is the venerable Grand Trunk Western number 4913, a trusty GP9 locomotive. This workhorse will not only be assembling our train here in Petoskey, but will also be our engine on the journey north. We're starting our train build on the north end of Petoskey Yard. Now, for those unfamiliar with the layout, Petoskey is a relatively compact yard. We've got an inbound-outbound track, 3 classification tracks for sorting cars, and a handy runaround track. From that runaround, there's also an interchange track connecting to the C&O Petoskey Yard. And up at the north end, we have a dedicated service area for our smaller engines and cabooses, along with the passenger station, the final stop for the iconic Northern Arrow passenger train. With all 6 cars now neatly lined up on the inbound-outbound track, our trusty 4913 heads back to pick up the essential last piece of our consist, the caboose. And with the caboose secured, it's time for some classic yard maneuvers. The locomotive will now back down onto the runaround track, allowing it to navigate through the yard to couple onto the waiting train. Once the switches are lined up, 4913 gently backs onto our train. Couplers engaged, air brakes are checked, safety first always. With everything secure and the air pressure up, Grand Trunk 4913 begins its northbound journey towards Mackinaw City. Now, in a previous video, we explored the general flow of traffic around the layout. But for this specific operation, we're designing this direction as northbound, mirroring the actual historical route to Mackinaw City. Of course, trains heading towards Grand Rapids would traverse the same stretch, but in the opposite direction. A little bit of modeler's creative geography at play to make everything work smoothly. And while our route to Mackinaw City passes by several industries, today's train has a singular mission: deliver these cars to the Chief Wawatum. No pickups or setouts along the way. It's a direct shot to our destination, so sit back, relax, and let's follow our train as it makes its way north. And just like that, we've arrived. Now, eagle-eyed viewers might recognize this area as part of our Grand Rapids Yard and other operations. However, for our Petoskey Mackinaw City runs, we've designated these 2 tracks as our Mackinaw City Yard. If you're curious about the overall layout and how it all connects, be sure to check out the previous video for a more in-depth look. Our train smoothly pulls on to the first of our designated Mackinaw City Yard tracks. And once the entire train is safely within the ladder tracks, our journey for the episode comes to a halt. But don't worry, rail fans, because this is where the real fun begins. The next episode is packed with switching operations as we move these cars onto the wharf and load them onto the Chief Wawatum. Thanks so much for riding along with me on this leg of the journey to Mackinaw City. We've arrived a little early ahead of schedule, it seems, so we'll need to hold here until the unloading of the Chief is complete. While we wait, I think it's a perfect time to grab a bite to eat. Personally, I can't decide between a juicy burger at the Keyhole Bar or a slice of Mamma Mia's delicious pizza. Decisions. So make sure you tune in to the next video where we'll be moving these freight cars out to the wharf and the delicate switching operation aboard the Chief Wawatum itself. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy railroading.